Today, I'm excited to show you Faena Residences in Miami. It's coming to Miami Skyline very, very soon, and it's one of the most exciting projects coming to Miami because of not only the brand and the lifestyle that it offers, but also because of the location. We're in Miami. Miami's Miami, but we are in literally essentially downtown Miami, but across the way from Brickell. You're in a gated community, which is so unique because in an urban area like this, you will never find a gated community with 4 different buildings and 14 acres on the river. This building's on the river. You enjoy some great amenities on the river. There's a houseboat, a house car, you name it, and you have arguably the best views of the Brickell skyline right here where Faena is gonna be built. Now the residences go from 1.3 million all the way up to 35 million for the penthouse. We're gonna get into all the details because I want you to be informed of what's coming here to Miami. And if you have any questions on the project, we'd love to help. So without further ado, let's show you this spectacular project. I have a bar here. It's open bar, they said. But you know what? We're gonna do an open YouTube tour about the project. So here we are in front of the model. We're gonna give you a little synopsis of the building and then show you the details of the amenities. You have 434 residences spanning 68 stories tall, high in the sky. And each of the units will overlook some of the most beautiful city views you will see. Now, you have 1-bedroom units with 711 square feet, all the way up to the penthouse units that have about 7,500 square feet and a private rooftop. We'll get into that a little later. So you have 4 collections here between the 11th floor and the bridge, the beautiful bridge above. You have 4 collections, and then you have the river lofts here, which there's only 2 left, and then you have the penthouse collection above the bridge as well. Now the bridge has 40,000 square feet of amenity space. It's nearly an acre of amenities that's just like floating in the sky. This design is so unique and so sexy and cool. I think it's really gonna reshape the entire Miami skyline. You have the 11th floor podium here, which has the pool and extra amenities. But how about we go and show you the amenities right over here and get into the details. So the first area of amenities is this section here. We're gonna get into the bridge, which is on the other side over there, but this here first, we're gonna talk about your arrival and the 11th floor amenities. All right, so here you have your arrival area. So this is where you pull your car up and you give it to a valet. But while you're pulling up your car to valet, you're overlooking the incredible views of the river and watching the boats pass back and forth. All of that with a beautiful landscape here. You also have another entrance on the other side of the building here, which they call the Faena Bloom. And this would be for if there's an event going on in the bridge above, that's where people would arrive. So there's 2 separate entrances. They really thought that through. You have this beautiful mural here on the facade by Juan Gatti that really emphasizes the beautiful brand that you are investing in here. And I love, like at night, this Faena logo will just pop so beautifully with the art displayed right behind it. So this is really what you're gonna see from like street level. So now the system has lifted and you have the porta cochet here. You got a good visual of the porta cochet. And my, I think, favorite part about the entrance is the cathedral. So right when you walk in, the emphasis is not on the person that's there at the front desk. It's more on the art that's displayed around you. So just such detail on the walls, floor to ceiling. You have it's like a cathedral. You'll walk in and you'll just be mesmerized and look up because of the high ceilings and everything and all the details that are around you. Beautiful terrazzo flooring and pillars that just go all the way to the ceiling that are just so dramatic. It's a grand entrance, and that's why it's not a lobby, it's called the cathedral. Now these are the river lofts over here. There's only 2 remaining. They start at $6.5 million, and these river lofts are in such high demand because it feels like you're on a house, like on a houseboat, because you're overlooking the river, you're seeing the boats passing by, and you just have more of like that water view. So this is a very high demand. That's why there's only 2 left, starting at 6.5. And then we work our way up here. So this is what they call the podium, the 11th floor amenities. So you have, of course, the beautiful pool. Look at the pool. Look, got the logo right there in the middle, the lights all around, the cabanas, the landscape, all overlooking the beautiful Miami skyline, because the view facing the way that this building does is just pure Miami skyline views. It's stunning. I honestly say it's one of the most beautiful views you'll get of the city. Over here we have the hammam, the beautiful stone right in the middle. And then of course the spa here as well. So this is where you go to relax, chill, and then you can go to the pool. But over on this side, you have the wellness center. So you work out, get your workout in over here, treadmills over here, and of course, the yoga studio, the Pilates studio, whatever studio that works for you. This area is that. Now we work our way back over here. That was all the adult playground, but now here we have the kids playground. So a little kids room right here for the kids to have some fun, because the kids need to have fun and be entertained as well. Over here, another little adult playground thing, golf simulator. So you can work on your golf game in the middle of this vibrant city. And last but not least, well actually there's two more things too. So not last but not least, but this is the paddle court right here, which is like a sports court. So you can even maybe do some pickleball, maybe you could just pickle paddle court, we'll just call it that, fun court. And then another fun area for adults right here, the Tree of Life bar. So this bar, if you see how beautiful it is, the stonework, the mosaic that goes up along the walls, the details, if you see in that rendering that just popped on your screen, so beautiful. And it's the heart of the podium here. So you're in the pool area. It's just right smack in the middle. This is where everything's going on. Actually, I take that back. Everything's probably going on the bridge above. Follow me, let's come down this way. Over here, this is everybody involved with the project. You have Faena, of course. You have Rafael Viñoly, this is his legacy project, because he passed away a year ago. So this is really what's gonna leave his legacy. And then here you have Bryan O'Sullivan, which is the interior vision of the project. Of course, Edgardo de Fortuna, the developer, and Shahab Carmeli as well. Now, we can work our way down this way. So now we arrive to the bridge, which is gonna be basically a world-renowned bridge when it's done. It's a beautiful bridge, high up in the sky, 40,000 square feet, connecting the two towers. And we're gonna get into the details here so you can see. I think that the main focus of this bridge is to bridge connections between the owners in Faena. It's deep, I know, but that's what this is about. So here we have essentially the top portion of it where you have the infinity pool, and this is called the Beach Club. The Beach Club is what the name is. It feels like the Beach Club. You have the beautiful Faena branded, essentially staple umbrellas that you see here in Miami Beach as well. And there's plenty of them, so you can enjoy the sun or not enjoy. You have cabanas around the pool as well. And of course, you have a bar over here right by the pool. So you're enjoying the pool and overlooking the most beautiful views of the city and the water. And since you're so high up in the sky, you're clearing most of the buildings and looking at a lot of water. Now, really cool, there are two skylofts that are here. And these are the only two units that actually come with their own cabanas right off of the pool. They're $25 million, 6,600 square feet, and there's only two of them. No other unit has the cabanas here. Super unique. Now, this floor is spectacular. However, they gave us the remote to show you what it looks like on the floor below. Look how cool this is. Now, disclaimer, the real building that's being built cannot do this. Just in case you thought it did. That would be cool. But anyways, this floor down here below, we have plenty of amenities. I'm gonna talk about this floor and then we'll go down to my favorite part. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. So this right here is the library that has a little coffee bar, plenty of seating there, so you can read books, get some work done, do what you need. Over here we have the 60-seat movie theater, which they plan on having like movie screenings done here with the actual actors coming. There's an actual room for the actors to get ready before. I mean, this is actually probably one of the biggest movie theaters that I think we've seen in any of the projects. Over here, we have the podcast studio, that they're having an actual podcast studio here so people can come out and record a podcast if they so desire. Come back this way. I want to show you what's here behind. So on this back end over here, you actually have the 4 hotel suites. So there's hotel units. Nobody can use them from outside the building. It's not Airbnb, it's none of that. It's just so you, as an owner, if you wanted a guests to come and visit you, they don't have to stay in your unit. You can have them stay in one of the hotel units that are here. The guest suites, let's call them. Not hotel, because hotel sounds like hotel, so guest suites. Right. And then my favorite part is on the next level, below. Look at this. Look at how cool this is. Now the whole thing is just going. Imagine if they did that in real life, huh? So over here we have my favorite part. This is called the Pistol, right here. The Pistol is like a grand ballroom. It's a huge space where they plan to do events, get people together, bring people in that Faena community right here to enjoy such a special space with such high ceilings. It's a huge emphasis. It's the heart of the bridge, essentially. Right off of the Pistol, you have the library here with a coffee bar. And you have seating on the balcony that's here as well. On the adjacent side, right over here, we have the restaurant with outdoor seating. And then my favorite thing here is the Bloom Bar with a stage for a live performance. So we can sing our song about Brickell right here for all of the residents of the Faena. So, isn't that great? Come down over here, the library continues, and then you have 4 office suites. You can have meetings, do what you need to do, so you can be able to pay for the Faena. And then here you have the billiards room, which is a nice private room to play some billiards, have some fun. And then back over here, you have the private dining room that you can bring your own chef to cook for you and then host people here if you'd like with those spectacular views. So this is essentially the bridge, 40,000 square feet of unbelievable amenity space and a space to bring people together and all overlooking scenic views of the Brickell skyline. So now let's go talk to you about the units and actually show you the kitchen and model unit that they have here. So now let's talk a little bit about the units. I'll have to get into the finishes and then we get into the price points. Now this is the kitchen. This is what the kitchen is gonna look like when you are living in the Faena. Their kitchens were done by B&B Italia, and you have a beautiful pink marble from Africa. And you do have options. You have 2 options. You can have the kitchen option like this that you see here, or you can choose a brown cabinetry with a really nice, let's say, beige color palette countertop. So you have 2 options. And honestly speaking, when you say pink, to me, I think, well, pink, like a hot pink. It's not a hot pink. It's hot. It's nice. It's not so over the top. It's a very, very light pink. It's actually beautiful. I love it. And I love the detail, if you notice, the trim that they did here as well, that accent as well. Now, the faucets, all the fixtures are from Paris. All these fixtures are from Paris, and all of this curated by Bryan O'Sullivan. Over here you have Gaggenau appliances, you have a Gaggenau wine fridge here, and then of course the appliance set there. And just look at the detail of your cooktop here with the backsplash and that detail that they created there as well, giving really nice effect, especially with that lighting. Now, these fixtures here, gold fixtures, absolutely stunning. I think the details are unique, they're different. It's just not like every other kitchen that you see. Look at your, obviously your panel refrigerator here. We are not gonna open because they say please do not open, so we're not opening. But I love the detail, look at that. Bringing that nice red, that Faena red detail on the refrigerator there. And of course, the seamless hood here. Everything was very, very, very well thought out, and I just love the color palette. Now the flooring throughout the units is going to be a beautiful travertino, just like what you see right here. It goes great with the color palettes that you see on the kitchen and also the other color combination with the browns and the beiges as well. I think this travertine is in. You see it a lot in different projects as well, but I think it's just because it's such a beautiful flooring and it goes well with such different furniture. Let's work our way down over here. Right, here we have that same travertino on the walls here, but I want to show you the actual bathroom. So here you have the bathroom, which literally looks like a spa. Marble all along the walls, a beautiful marble flooring with that nice pink and white marble trim around the edges and the baseboards, and on the counters right here. Beautiful pink and white marble. Now again, when they say pink, I was like pink, but this is like such a very, very elegant pink. I love it. It goes so, so well. Notice the handles here with that Faena red detail, and notice how you have that marble inlays on the back with the mirror as well, and the lighting on either side. Now, all of the fixtures are from Paris, remember that. And here you have the shower with the rain shower above, the handheld so you can sing, and the beautiful nook there with the pink and white marble, and of course, your Toto toilet. This is a beautiful bathroom, and the finishes in the kitchen are stunning. The actual units themselves range in price from $1.3 million to $35 million for the penthouses. The 1.3 is for the 1-bedroom units. You have the 1-bedroom unit starting at 1.3, 2-bedroom units starting at $2 million, 3-bedroom units starting at $3 million, and then the 4-bedroom units start at $6 million. The units have 10-foot ceilings, except for in the penthouses where there's 14-foot ceilings, and in the river lofts where there are 14-foot ceilings as well. Now in the penthouses, you have a variety, a collection to choose from. You have the 2 large penthouses, which are full floor residences with a private pool, 7,500 square foot interior and 4,000 square foot rooftop terrace. Each of those starting at $35 million. And then you have the lower penthouses. Those 4 lower penthouses take up 3/4 of the entire floor, and they're starting at $19 million. And then you have 4 sky villas that start at $8.5 million, and they have 4 bedrooms with 3,300 square feet, and of course those 14-foot ceilings. And last but not least, you have those river lofts, which there are only 2 remaining. They have 3,200 square feet, starting at $6.5 million. And that, my friends, is the end of the tour. Nico is ready to go. I'm ready to go. This is Faena Residences, one of the most spectacular projects that's coming to Miami. We've toured almost every project here in Miami. I'd say about like 90% of them. And I can tell you one of the things that I love about this particular project is the location. What makes it so unique is the fact that you're in really the only gated community in the downtown Miami Brickell area, and from what I'm told, in the United States. It's one of the only gated communities in like an urban area. There's only 4 buildings here. The entire 14 acres is going to be changed to essentially be the Faena River District. So all these 14 acres, the landscape, the details, everything is just gonna revitalize, change this entire neighborhood, this entire gated community that's on the river. And one of the great things is that you're here in this building and you have the houseboat take you to Kiki on the River or any of the restaurants that are along the river. That is the way to go. Imagine going bar hopping along the river in your houseboat that is for your building. That is a one-of-a-kind experience. And this river area is unbelievable. You're just across the bridge. You go right to Brickell City Center, walking to everything, proximity, gated community, exclusiveness. It's a one-of-a-kind property and project that honestly, I think it's one of my favorite locations in terms of the actual projects that we've toured in the past. Yes, you have some projects that are like right in the heart of Brickell, but to me, being in a gated community, so close to everything and on the river, that is one of a kind. So that's the end of the tour. Faena Residences here in Miami. If you want more information on this project, shoot me an email, youtube@jonathanvegagroup.com, and we'll help you find the perfect residence that's in that model unit. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching the tour. If you like what you see and you want to see more property tours, make sure you go watch this video right here, or you can watch this one right here. And you know what, while you're at it, why don't you subscribe so that way you see every single tour that we put out every week. And if you're looking to buy or sell a place in Miami, you know who to reach out to. Shoot me an email. We'll see you next week. Peace and love.